The post-game of recent Pokemon mainline titles have been lacking ever since they decided to gatekeep it behind DLC. So today I'd like to explore the post-game of another monster taming game that really nails it, Monster Hunter Stories. Monster Hunter Stories is one of my favorite games on the Nintendo 3DS and on the Nintendo Switch as well. On my last video I briefly mentioned how great the post-game of Monster Hunter Stories was, but I didn't go as in-depth as I wanted to. I only mentioned the Tower of Illusion, and there is so much more you can do when you're finally done with saving the world from the Black Blight. If you're a fan of Pokemon games or monster taming games in general, let me walk you through 7 things you can do in the amazing post-game of Monster Hunter Stories. First, let's go over the least interesting thing you can do, side quests. Personally, they are not my favorite, but they are part of the package. There are too many and a lot of them feel repetitive. But if you're going to complete them, you should prioritize the ones that unlock rider skills, combination recipes, or important gear. Subquests on the other hand can be repeated and are a reliable way to farm Zenny, EXP, and nutrients for your monsties. So, while quests are skippable for the story, they are essential if you want to be a serious post-game rider. Right after you finish the main story, you are introduced to the Tower of Illusion. The tower consists of 50 floors, each with a challenging battle, which is my favorite trope in any monster taming game. Battles get harder the higher you climb, and reaching the top is a significant accomplishment. Additionally, there are 2 more towers that weren't available during the 3DS era for Western fans: the Tower of Recollections and the Tower of Heavens, both with 50 floors to climb as well. In the Tower of Recollection, you will face previous bosses with higher stats, while in the Tower of Heavens, you'll face other riders you might recognize from your adventure and the anime. Reaching the top takes strategy, stamina, and some of your strongest monsties. The Labyrinth of Ordeals is your next and possibly final challenge. As the name implies, it's a labyrinth and the layout keeps changing as you go deeper. Once you reach the end, you'll face off against a powerful elder dragon like Teostra or Kushala. But if you've already conquered the Tower of Illusion, there's an even greater threat waiting for you here, and you'll want to come prepared. It's also the best place to farm rare late-game items like talismans and charms, so you'll be returning here if you want to optimize your builds. As a monster collecting game, it wouldn't be complete without a full monster dex to fill. In the post-game is where you'll finally be able to hatch them all. There are over 100 monsters in the game, though some DLC monsters from the 3DS era, such as Epona, may or not be included anymore. Either way, this is no small task. Tracking down the rare dens and hatching the right eggs takes time, but it's a rewarding part of the Monster Hunter Stories experience. Boogies are little pigs with different patterns from egg monsters and can be found everywhere in the world, but finding them isn't just for show. If you collect them all, you'll unlock a very special monstie. Some are easy to find, but others are tucked away in really obscure places, and there's no shame in using a guide since these tasks can get tricky at times. If you enjoyed rider battles during the main story, the Labyrinth Arena is your next destination. You'll participate in tournaments, but with a twist. You can't use your own battle pouch. Instead, you choose from a preset build. It adds a layer of strategy and really balances the playing field, especially for newer players looking to test their skills without needing the best pouch items to play. The incentive to complete all the arena battles are weapons and armor that can make a difference in your battles. Back on the 3DS, online battles were fantastic but underpopulated. With the Switch version, this is still true, so much so that I couldn't find a single match. The rules are the same as in the Labyrinth Arena, but building a competitive team requires real commitment. You'll need to farm dens for the perfect egg, extract the right genes, purchase nutrients, and search the labyrinth for top-tier talismans. Some of the best rider skills are locked behind specific quests too, so you can't skip those if you want to compete. It's a grind, no doubt, but if you love customizing your monsties and seeing your strategies play out in battle, the payoff is huge. If you can find someone to play, that is. The content present in Monster Hunter Stories postgame is a bit grindy and time-consuming, but it's still one of my favorites, especially the towers since they offer the ultimate challenge for any rider. Even if you're all maxed out, you can still easily lose in the top floors because it's not a place where you can go without a proper strategy. With this said, if any of these caught your interest, feel free to try the game, it's really good. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and if you did, congrats! You are now part of the post-content watchers. Feel free to display your recent acquired status on the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing for more in the future. I'll be seeing you next week again with brand new content.